You're watching the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. You can also find me on Twitter at HGrahamNFL. I'm tweeting about the Chiefs, about the NFL on a constant basis, and I can't always answer all of your questions here on our live Monday shows. That's where we first aired this, but you can always tweet and ask me questions over there. All right, let's get to your questions here on our Chiefs mailbag. Cole Keller says, #Chiefs, since we were out on the Deshaun Jackson sweepstakes, he's a Raider. Yep, he's a Raider. What do you think we could do to beat the Raiders this Sunday? I don't think Deshaun Jackson's the difference in this game personally. I think you have to play turnover free or at least win the turnover battle. And I think Patrick Mahomes needs to be the best quarterback on the field. He's the better quarterback out of him and Derrick Gore, but that has not always been the case this year. It needs to be the case on Sunday. That's how you win this game, is Mahomes plays better and he outplays Carr. Smiley face, #Chiefs. Where is Gordon at, bruh? Well, they targeted him on like a deep crosser. The ball got knocked away. He's actually out snap counting DeMarcus Robinson now, so that's something. They're just not throwing it to him a bunch. Hopefully he gets more involved. Maybe he has his first touchdown against the Raiders, but yeah, when they signed him, I definitely envisioned more than what? Does he have one catch so far? I mean, they basically have barely used him. Zion Beck, should we go get Damon Arnette? So Damon Arnette released by the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday. If you haven't seen it, a video surfaced of him kind of waving around like a little Uzi gun. Maybe him and Frank Clark could be boys, I don't know. But he also like kind of threatened to kill someone in the video. He didn't say who, but he was waving the gun around. He was like, man, I'll kill you, expletive or something like that. And I'm just like, that's not a good look, especially for a player who has not been good so far in his NFL career. So the Raiders said sayonara, and they cut him. I'm sure some team will give him a second chance, and the Chiefs have been known for that. And look, if they give him a second chance, that's fine, but don't expect Damon Arnette to come in here and save the day. SuperDuperSteve, if the Chiefs beat the Raiders, will they win the AFC West? Steve, I mean, it definitely would go a long way, right? Now, this division will not be decided over the next couple of games. This could come down to Week 18, the last week of the season. But you look at the standings as we film here, all four teams within half a game. Chargers and Raiders, 5-3. Chiefs and Broncos, 5-4. It's close. It's nip and tuck. The Chiefs still have 5 divisional games left. 1 against the Chargers, 2 against the Raiders, 2 against the Broncos. You go 4-1 in those 5, that gives you a good chance of winning this division. It starts this week, winning on the road in Las Vegas. By the way, do me guys a favor, and by the way, you can also predict in the live chat, KC, DEN, LAC, or LV, who's going to win the AFC West. But what I really want you to do is during this YouTube ad break that's about to come up, you'll get hit with the YouTube ad probably. Even if you don't, I still want you to go help me out. A, go follow me on Twitter. B, go to my pinned tweet. The pinned tweet is who is going to win the AFC West. At HGrahamNFL on Twitter. Do me a favor, retweet it, like that tweet, and go vote on that tweet at HGrahamNFL. If you don't have Twitter, like I said, predict who you guys think will win the AFC West in the comments. You'll get hit with the YouTube ad break here. If you go to my Twitter and do those steps during the ad, by the time you do that, you come back, the video will be back and playing. Lorenzo Lino, how was Melvin Ingram's debut? I figured we'd have a few Ingram questions. Pretty good. I thought he showed some good burst, had a nice pressure on a third down of Jordan Love. I don't know the exact snap counts, but he was rotating in and out. I think he'll only play more and more, and look, so far so good. Only gave up a 6th-round pick. When they traded for him, I said it's passing grade. I don't know how much he has left, but he had played okay for the Steelers, and I thought he looked pretty good, actually. So I think through one game, I have to be at least fairly impressed. Trezzy again here. Do you think it's best to keep Williams for my fantasy run or Gore? Okay, so Darrel Williams or Derrick Gore for fantasy. Assuming CEH doesn't play, which we'll see, I think Williams is going to be the better play because he gets more touches. But I don't think either is a great play because the Chiefs aren't committing to run the football necessarily. But if you're in a deep league and you have to play one of these guys, I'd probably have to lean Darrel Williams. Almighty Goat, I like an OBJ signing for a birthday present. Hey, I mean, I'm down. You're not going to talk me out of it, Almighty. So, yeah, I mean, listen, OBJ has baggage. OBJ doesn't come without drama, but this team doesn't have a proven number 2 receiver, and I think they gave Mecole Hardman that opportunity this year, and he has not taken that and run with it. So we know how talented OBJ is, even though he hasn't really shown it during his time in Cleveland. Juice says, why doesn't Andy Reid use our running backs the same way New England does and simplify this offense for Mahomes until they are out of this funk? I mean, look, I think they should run the football more. I think that would help the offense. And it kind of feels like if they could just hit 1 or 2 of those big plays, that could, like, reignite everything. I'm hoping that play to ice the game against the Packers where Mahomes just went vintage Mahomes and just went back to the backyard like we're used to seeing him play, where he just scrambles around and finds one of his dudes downfield. I'm hoping that play helps reignite him. But, yeah, I hear what you're saying. They got to do something. 13 points isn't going to cut it. You're going to have to score more points. So are you guys worried about Patrick Mahomes and his play right now? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Cast your votes down in the comments and let me know, are you concerned with Patrick Mahomes? Micah Roberts, who is more to blame with the struggling offense? Mahomes by missing his receivers or the coaching staff for not running the ball enough? Certainly a combination. Mahomes isn't his sharp self right now, and I think at times the play calling is playing into what the defense wants to do. So I think you need to be willing to run the football more, and I think Mahomes has to play better. So I kind of, didn't assign more blame to anyone, Micah, but that's honestly what I believe. I think they need to commit to running the football more, and I think Mahomes has to play better football. Chris Henson, what are the odds that we will even have a shot at OBJ given the waiver order? So, again, depending on when you're watching this, that all kind of depends, right? If he clears waivers, meaning no one picks him up, then the Chiefs have a great shot because he wants to sign with a contender. If he gets picked up on waivers, meaning someone puts a claim out for him, you're probably not going to get him. So if you're watching live on Monday, that's kind of the deal. If you're watching later in the week, then we probably already know what's going on with OBJ, but we'll just have to wait and see how it ends up playing out between now and then. Tony Fuentes, do you think we will get these wins before the bye week? 3 wins before these wins or 3 wins? Let me pull up the schedule real quick. I forget the bye week's in a couple of weeks. So at the Raiders and then Cowboys at home before the bye week. So I said, can you win 2 of 3 out of Green Bay, Las Vegas, and Dallas before the bye week? Because that would get you to 6-5? You won the first one, then you split these 2, 6-5. I still think that's possible. Now, do I think they're going to win at Vegas and against Dallas at home? It's doable, but you could lose both as well. I'd be happy by splitting them, but if you win both, then you're in really good shape at 7-4 heading into the bye week. Zyod, why are they not throwing to Pringle? I don't know. Earlier in the season, they were throwing to him. I think that they should use him more. I think he's a more consistent catcher than Mecole Hardman, but they clearly value him as like a number 3 or 4 type receiver. I like Byron Pringle. He's a good returner. I think he's a reliable catcher of the football when targeted, but I think that at the end of the day, he's not a number 2 receiver. I do think that. I think he's more of a number 3. But I would also argue you don't have a number 2 receiver. So why not give a guy like Byron Pringle more opportunities if you are the Kansas City Chiefs? CDump204, should the hashtag Chiefs sign Mitchell Schwartz with Niang and Remmers banged up? So we'll see what Niang and Remmers' injury severities end up being. Niang dealing with the ribs issue, and then Mike Remmers has been dealing with the knee problem. Here's what I'll say, number 1. Andrew Wiley sucks at right tackle. He's okay at guard. He's not a good tackle. That was on full display against the Packers. Mitchell Schwartz, I mean, look, he knows this offense. He knows his franchise. He live tweets every single game. He clearly is still a big fan of Kansas City and the Chiefs. Is he ready to play? I don't know. Does he want to play? Maybe. I know he had back surgery in the offseason, so that's not ideal. But if they're concerned about the long-term health, or really the short-term health of Niang and Remmers, then maybe a guy like Mitchell Schwartz makes sense for the second half of the season to help you get to the playoffs. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Kansas City Chiefs Report and join us for live mailbags every single Monday, because from here on out, we're going live on Mondays at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time. That is the only opportunity you can be a part of these mailbags, is joining us live on Monday. So subscribe, and if you're a subscriber, you have a better chance of getting your question on the show as well. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Do not forget to hit that sub button. Let's see. Diaz Davidson, how do you think Tommy Townsend did yesterday? AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Look, Townsend can boot the ball. He is a real weapon as a punter. Now, ideally, you would never have him take the field, other than when he's holding for Harrison Butker field goals or extra point, because if he never takes the field, that means you never have to punt. But he's really good. He downed 2 or 3 punts inside the 10. He downed 1 at the 2. He's a top 5 punter in the league, and that's very valuable for any team. You know, we always like to make fun of kickers and punters, but the Chiefs' combination of Harrison Butker and Tommy Townsend, by the way, Butker made, a 54-yarder into the wind against the Packers. Those things matter in the NFL. Michael Head, how much better is the defense doing statistically over the past 2 weeks? I don't have the hardcore numbers in front of me, but just from a points perspective, you hold the Giants to 17 and the Packers to 7. I know Aaron Rodgers wasn't out there, but much better. You got gashed by Tennessee the week before, throwing-wise at least. They did a good job on Henry, but 27 points in the first half. Buffalo obviously torched this team, so they're definitely improving. But a healthy Derrick Gore and Raiders offense, although they just lost Henry Ruggs, is a different challenge than Jordan Love. So I think we'll have some more clarity on Sunday if this is more of just, the Chiefs are facing bad teams, bad quarterbacks, I should say, without Rodgers, or if there's actually some positive momentum from Steve Spagnuolo's group. Quick reminder to go retweet, like, and vote on my pinned tweet right now, at HGramNFL. I'm going to leave this as the pinned tweet until Sunday, until before kickoff. So at HGramNFL, make sure you go and do that on my Twitter page.